Hello everyone, it's Michelle here with 3Ps, and today I wanted to show you a little project you can do using some shapes that I showed in a video the other day, or yesterday. It was where I was showing you how you can color plastic shapes cutting out, using a fuse or wood burning tool, some shapes using cookie cutters. So like here I used a heart shape. Now this one I didn't leave any room at the bottom to fill. As you can see, I cut it off, but I still played with the plastic a little bit. So you can, depending on how long you let the ink dry on your shape, you can get, different effects. This area was not as dry, so it wiped away more. Whereas this right here, I actually let dry quite a bit, and it left it pretty solid coloring there. So you can get different effects with the ink on the plastic itself using Sharpies. And so on this one here, I used a purple Sharpie like that. So, and I was showing in a video different ones you could do. I had a heart shape. This one here I used just a plain square piece that you would use on the 9-pocket letter, or the 9-pocket sleeve for like pocket letters. Let me find a scrap piece of paper. Let's see here. Oh, it's way over there. So you can see that it kind of has almost a watercolor look to it, or like a painted effect. So that's how that kind of looks. And then I did one with lips. The front I didn't have a red Sharpie, so I just used pink and orange and kind of smeared it around. And then there's another square one like this. Now the materials you can use to make these is really up to you. I used both these page protectors. Now this is from Dollar Tree. It comes in a pack of 16 for $1. And I just simply laid my cookie cutter on top and traced around the shape. So making sure you leave somewhere on it open so that you can fill it, and then come back after it's filled and just continue sealing it up so that none of your stuff falls out. And then if you don't have any like shapes like this, you can use something round if you want. Like this is just a biscuit cutter is what I used here, and I again traced around the outside. And then if you don't have any of that, you can just cut you out some squares with your pocket sleeves. Now for like this shape here, I cut just outside where the perforated lines are. So this would be too big to actually slide down in a pocket letter, but you could use this on a card or a gift tag or something like that. And then the one this size, I cut down to fit into the pocket. So just like that. Okay. So if you want to check out that video on how I made these, I will be showing it again in this, I guess in this video too, but you're welcome to check that out as well. Don't know where to put those. Now, what I've done after making the shapes is I put them on some tags. Like I have this one here. Now I didn't leave the tag area open. I closed up the hole with a button on each side, just gluing them together in between. There's an open hole there. And where I got these from Michael's. Here, I'll show you really quick. They had a circular or flower, I guess, scallop looking pattern like this, which would actually probably look pretty cute with a round shape in the middle here. They had this one. These were 50 cents. They were on clearance. I wish I'd gotten more. I should have gotten more. But I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them. And now that I've figured out something to do with them, I wish I had more of them. So isn't that how that works, I suppose? Now here's some hearts. I really wish I got more hearts. But just have to work with what I have. I could always cut these out of some paper. Save a pattern and just cut out my own. That would work. I could get some like a cardboard backing piece or something and cut out my own shapes. So that would work. And then they had this tag size. Now this tag one is actually small enough or narrow enough to fit into a pocket letter. Now they all came with this twine, which I didn't want to use. I'll save it though and probably use it for something else. So, but this tag is actually small enough to slide down into a pocket letter. like this. So if you wanted to make this kind of a tag that you slip down inside, and you would, you know, probably leave this part open because it doesn't, with the ribbon and stuff on at the top, it doesn't really, it kind of hangs up a little bit, you know, like that. I mean, you're welcome to leave it like that, of course, if the person's going to take it out, but if I were to use this into a pocket letter, I would probably leave the ribbon off and just leave it with the button. So, but on this one here, it is one that I cut down. I cut down the plastic square from the pocket letter, from the nine pocket sleeves. So I just measured out how big I wanted this to be. So this is 1 3/4 by 2.5 inches. So I want to make sure I left enough on each side that I could put a little border or decoration. So now I did fill this with too much, I guess, confetti or, you know, glitter and stuff, so it doesn't shake. As you can see, it doesn't, not really. I mean, it was a tiny bit, but I overpacked it so the stuff doesn't really fit, doesn't really move, but I still think it turned out pretty. Now what I did here on this little plastic piece, as you can see here, I cut out I just drew the lines, so I made sure I was within these black lines, so I knew how big I needed the square to be on here. So I made sure I didn't seal the square past where I drew the black lines. So that was just an eye marker for me. And so what I did to get the colored effect on it, I'm trying to move my setup here out of the way. Now for that, I used a paper towel, which I think the paper towel actually turns out a little bit better than using the sponge. The sponge does help give it a more streaked effect, so depending on how you actually want it to look, will depend, obviously, you know, if you use like a paint sponge, a cosmetic sponge, a paper towel, a rag. I'm sure each thing will give it a different effect. So just tinker around, play with it, see what you come up with. So I'm just doing a little bit here. This is blue, or like a navy color, and then I'm just going to take some paper towel and I'm just going to kind of rub it around. I'm not wiping it off completely. I'm trying to leave it just a little bit wet, and then I would come in with another color that I want to use. So let's say we'll go turquoise. And you could create like a blended colored rainbow effect if you want. You might be able to, depending on how long you let this dry, you could, you know, leave it all solid colored if you wanted. You could kind of give it a tie-dye look. So there's that. Let's see, how about maybe a green? Let's try a green. Let's see what a green looks like. I mean, you can make this look any way you want to. You could do various shades of purple, pink. Now, depending on how long you let it sit, is going to vary how deep the color is going to turn out. So there's green. That looks pretty neat. Let's see, maybe let's do orange. Let's do an orange color. And it shows up really nicely on this white background. Looks kind of neat. Just find a clean piece of paper towel. I'm just going to rub that around. That. I guess we'll finish off with, let's do pink. We'll do a pink color. See how that looks. Actually, that blue at the bottom kind of looks purple. Even though I know it's blue. Okay, so we'll do a pink. I mean, you can keep letting this dry and get as dark as you want, as opaque as you want. So, rub this off. Alright, so you kind of get an effect kind of like that. Now when you pick it up, as you can see, it's very, very, very see-through. But that would still look pretty neat even in a pocket letter if you wanted to leave it see-through like this. You know, it would slide down into a pocket letter with your sequins and embellishments and stuff, and that still looks kind of cool. Now, after you let it dry for a few minutes, you could go back with another layer, either on the back or on the front if you want to make it look darker or lighter. What I did on this little tag that I made, like this, I did put it on white cardstock. So the back of it, it is stuck down to a piece of white cardstock. So that's how I adhered that. So you would just fill this up with your sequins and embellishments. Now, to adhere this pocket to a piece of paper, what I used, or what I am using, now there's a couple different product choices you can use. They make these adhesive sheets. Now I got this, obviously Reflections I got at Michael's. It comes 2 to a pack for $5. And then this one I got at Hobby Lobby. It's a double tack mounting film, and it comes three sheets for $7. So, and the Michael's sheet is 8.5 by 11, and then the ones at Hobby Lobby, I think they are, where's the size? They are 9 by 12. So the sheets at Hobby Lobby are a little bit bigger. So, and I'm not sure, but I haven't seen them. The Joann's where I live is kind of out of the way, but I'm pretty sure Joann's probably has something similar to that. And I didn't see anything like that at Walmart or Target. I've only seen them in craft stores. So you would take this and fill it up. So let's see here. Let's fill this up with something. Let's use this. I got these at Michael's. These little jars. They make, you know, obviously different colors, different styles. So we'll just quickly fill this up. We'll just go through the whole process. How about that? We'll just go through the whole process and we'll see how it looks from start to finish. So just pour in a little bit of these little micro beads. It kind of helps stuff roll around. Now, lesson learned on the other one. I'm not going to fill this up as much as I did the other card, and hopefully the items will move around a little bit. So this might be cute for like a birthday tag or something fun for like a little girl or kids. Let's do blue stars. We'll do blue stars and yellow stars. That'll look cute. There we go. Let's do some yellow ones. I'm just filling this up. Now, I'm not going to fill it up as much as I did the other one. I think that's all I'll use out of that one. Let's put some... I guess that'll do for now. We'll just leave it like that. Won't put anything else in there. Alright. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. I'm going to go close this up. My tool isn't near me, so I have to go into the kitchen to use it where it's plugged up. So I'll be right back and we'll finish making this together. Alright everyone, I'm back now. I have sealed this off and I've also trimmed away the edges. Now, I didn't leave enough space for me to where I sealed this up and where I drew the black line to trim. So I still have edges of black here, but I'm just going to keep going with this piece here so I don't waste any more material. But, oh, and the other thing is that I don't know if I just squeezed out the air or maybe these embellishments are just too small to shake. I'm not sure, but they're not moving around either for some reason. So I think maybe I've squeezed out too much air somehow. But I'm just going to keep it and work with it just to show you how I put it together. But maybe I should have left a little bit of air in there so it had, you know, had some space to roll around. But lesson learned. So, but anyway, what I did next is I adhered this to some of the sticky mounting paper. So to make it a little bit more manageable, I'm just going to trim off, you know, a small piece that I need and then set this aside. All right, so you just simply peel this back off the sheet. Now this stuff is super, super sticky. Now I did try using just some like tape around the edges and it just didn't adhere very well. I didn't like the look. So this is just for me. If you have a different way of gluing items or adhering items that you prefer, then that's fine. But this is how I like doing it. So this is what I'm just going to stick with doing, is using this tacky paper. I'm just going to trim the excess off. Now I save these little bits because I can use them for something else. I don't throw them away. So I just re-stick them to a piece of paper, and I keep the, not in that one, but I have a little container that I put the scrap pieces in. So I have little bits of sticky paper and I just stick it in here. That way I don't lose the little pieces in case I have something small I need to put some adhesive on the back with. So then you're left with this. Now, like I said, you could peel off the backing and just put it on like, you know, clear. But I kind of like it with the white paper. And you could use a different color paper. You could use blue or pink, or, you know, however you could put like a design with maybe, you know, birthday saying on it, or you could stamp happy birthday on some paper and stick it to the back. You could layer up the look if you want. You could stamp butterflies, a saying, whatever, however you want the back to look. Now, this is how this is going to turn out without any white paper on it. So, yeah, I guess we could do that. We'll just stick this on here without any white paper. And it's going to be pretty opaque, though. It's going to be pretty see-through. But that's okay. Kind of gives it a natural, you know, that natural look. So we'll just do it like this. Like I said, for some reason, this little pocket is really, the stuff inside is really tight. So I think I may have squeezed out too much air or something. But it'll still look cute as a tag. I mean, this isn't really moving around much, but I still think it looks cute with all the pieces inside. So I think that made for a cute tag. Now, at this point, how you decorate it is completely up to you. Oh, let me back up just a little bit. If I were to mount this to paper, I would do the exact same thing. I would put another layer of the sticky mount. I would stick that to the paper, cut it out, and then put some more sticky adhesive to the back of the cardstock, just so it's nice and stuck down to the card and it's not going to come off. Like I said, that's just how I prefer to stick these type of things down. I did use a glue runner and it just kept wanting to peel back up. So the sticky back paper is super, super sticky. So, and then from here, how you decorate this is up to you. If you want to use it as a tag, you could put some twine, some ribbon. You could stamp something on it. You could stamp the back. You could put some wrapping paper on the back of this, like for a birthday or something. You know, however you want to use this particular piece is up to you. Now, that's what I've done here. I covered up the tag with some buttons and some regular curling ribbon. I got these little buttons at Michael's for 50 cents. And I got every color they had. They had lots of different ones. So it's like this, and on the back I just stamped Hooray, which is in a little stamp set that I got at Target for, I think it was 50 cents. No, it was $1.50. Yeah, I think it was $1.50. I can't remember. They had them 50% off. It was in their little dollar section. And so it came with thank you, happy birthday, hooray, a little heart, and hello. So I got this little stamp set and stamped Hooray. And then the little butterfly was from a stamp set that looks like, they look like this, that I got at Michael's in their little dollar bins. I got the stamp set for $1. And that's these little butterflies, the blue and the purple. Now, I should have used a different color around this edge. This is actually the navy blue Sharpie, but it comes out black. So I don't really like that. So I probably should have done like purple or pink or something. I think that would have looked better. But I was trying to use some blue and it came out black. So that's how I did this. You know, you can make it look however you want. And then here's some hearts that I put together. Now I showed this heart in the other video I made. And I covered up the little hole that comes in it. See, it comes with the little hole, because I guess, you know, you're supposed to make tags with these. But I'm going to use these as kind of like a Valentine card, like a homemade little Valentine card. And I stuck a little wooden heart, just like the button. I put some adhesive. I just used a, let me find it. I just used some glue dots. Whoops. I just cut a glue dot in half. And I stuck one side here to each other, and then I pressed them together through the hole to get the glue, so they glued to each other through the little opening. And I stuck some curling ribbon in between and smashed it. They sandwiched the curling ribbon in between, and it all stuck together. And then I just went around the edges with the orange Sharpie. And then I used a gold metallic Sharpie for the line around the edges. So I thought that turned out cute. And then on the back, I used the little heart from this little Target set, and I just used some brown ink and stamped some little hearts. And then I used these alphas and stamped out the word Happy Heart Day. I also got these at Target. They were on clearance, marked down 50% from $3. So I got this for $1.50. And then on this one here, I made a purple one. It's a little bit different. So, I mean, the stuff moves, but it's not, you know, a super fast shake or anything like that. Again, I used button in the corner to cover up the hole. And on this one, I actually used some ink. I used some purple ink, and I kind of smeared and stained the cardboard using a makeup sponge. So I just dabbed some ink around it to give it a different color. I'll show you. So gave it a purple, kind of a purple hue. And then I stuck the heart down, and I just traced the edges with the purple Sharpie, and I used a silver metallic for these little line edges. And again, I sandwiched some curling ribbon in between the buttons with a sticky dot in between them. So I squished it together and made that. So I thought that was kind of cute. And then on the back, I overstamped here, as you can see, but it's all right. I used this stamp here. It says with love. I also got this at Target. It was 50 cents. And they had marked down clearance after Christmas. So, and then I used the flower here with some pale purple ink and stamped some hearts around it. So I thought that turned out kind of cute. So, I mean, this is just an idea of something you can do, you know, for using these embellishments, if you want to make these. I'll show you real quick about the buttons. All I did, I'll show you with a pink button. Yeah. Let's see. So you would just get you some buttons, you know, find a size that you like that one's kind of small. So we'll just use 2 of these. And now these little sticky dots are a little big, you know, for such a small button. So what I did was just cut one in half. Now, if you just put the button with no ribbon in between, 1 dot will be fine, or half a dot. You would glue one side and then, you know, pinch it together. I'll show you. So you just put this down like this, and then take your other button, and then you would put this down and then sandwich it behind it, and you would press them together through the opening so that they're sandwiched in between, you know, the opening. But if you want to use a little bit of ribbon like I did on the other one, you're going to need 2 dots, because the ribbon will be laying on one half, and you'll need to add another piece of glue to the ribbon to glue the back side. So I'll show you that. So you would put your ribbon down onto the glue dot like this. So, but now the ribbon is covering up that glue dot. So that's why you need the other half. So then you would take the other half of the ribbon, or other half of the glue dot, and just adhere that on top of the ribbon, because now it's in the way of the other piece. And then you would just sandwich it together like this. Well, let's get that centered. Oh well. So, and then the glue is sticking or protruding through that hole, and then you're just going to put your button on top. And this is, it's still, you know, a little pliable, so you can move it around if you want to get that centered. But, and then you would just press these together like that. And you have your ribbon. Now you can always use this ribbon as, you know, how you tie your tag. If you don't want to curl it like I did, you could always just actually use the curling ribbon as your, what you use to tie with. So, and the ribbon is so thin, it sticks nicely to the glue dot in between. Okay, and then, now if you're gonna stamp the back, I would do all of that part before you put your embellishments on the front, because now it's all bumpy, which I did not. So then you would just, you know, you could stamp the back of your card, you know, with whatever you want to put on the back. So we'll just do a happy birthday on this one. It's probably not going to stamp well, because I should have stamped this first. But I get my stamp all inked up, and we're just going to put happy birthday. Oh, it's still stamped pretty good. So put happy birthday on the back, and let's do, I guess we'll do some little hearts as well. We'll just keep doing this in some pretty gooey colors. So we can do some pink hearts. Ooh, shake the camera, I'm sorry. There's those. And how about some butterflies? Oh, let's do a pale green butterfly. That'll work. Stamp that up. All right. So like I said, you know, you probably should stamp first on the back, just so you have a nice flat area to stamp with. So, and then if, you know, you can leave it like this, you can keep embellishing it as much as you want. Obviously letting the ink dry a little bit, blow on it. Okay. So, I mean, you could leave it like this if you want to, or you could take you like a Sharpie and do a little design around the edges. I just put little dots at each corner, and in the center, and then in between the centers, like this. So end to end, find the center, or close to the center, like this. And the same thing on the bottom. I'll just go around the top. You could put some pretty trim on these if you wanted to do the edges in like a little thin trim. You could put a piece of ribbon across it. I think it makes for some pretty neat looking tags, embellishments that you could use. You could always put a little like a happy birthday sticker across here. Let me see if I have any handy. Yeah, let me grab out some. What this will work. I got this little. Let's see. We'll just put those across the front. We'll see how that looks. So this is just what I have handy. Kind of doing this on the fly, I suppose. Put you little cupcakes. So you could put you some little stickers across here, and really decorate this up if you want. Like I said, you don't have to curl this. You could use this ribbon as your tie, you know, for tying it onto a package. If you put to and from on the back, you can put their names. But I thought these little waterfall effect or watercolor effect on the plastic actually looks kind of neat. So, and I probably would have done it a little bit darker, but I mean, even so, I still think it looks kind of cool. That looks kind of neat. So, I think I'm gonna curl up this ribbon though. I like that with the curled up ribbon. So there we go. So it's all curled up, start to finish. Little happy birthday on the back. You can stick this on a gift, or in a little bag with some candy, or a little birthday gift inside a bag. Let's see, and here's the heart ones again. You could do for Valentine's. Now these little wooden hearts I got it Tuesday morning. So yeah, I thought those turned out pretty stinking cute. So, I mean, the possibilities honestly are endless for how you can make these look. I mean, look at this heart here where it's got the different, you know, where the various stages of drying gives it such a different effect. And this would look pretty cute, I think, as a heart. I messed it up by not, I ended up sealing it all the way, and I thought I could snip this off and fill it up, but then it made it too short, so I was like, eh. And yeah, here's the other one. So here's this other one. So yeah, I think that looks pretty cute. I think these would look pretty nice on some birthday gifts or cards or gift bags or however you want to use it. So I'll show you these other ones again real quick. Here's some lips. I think these lips are just hilarious. Again, I use a cookie cutter I got at Walmart. It was of lips. And then a regular square, and then this. So these will fit in pocket letters. These little tag sizes will fit in. These will not. These are too big to fit in a pocket letter, but these little tags will actually slip right down inside of pocket letters. So there we go. This is how these turned out. Give you some ideas on how you could use these little embellishments on some projects that you might want to use these for. So thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a great day.